Hi, my magical peeps. I wanted to share a little bit of a fun, intuitive metaphor for those that are on the spiritual path and practice, like myself. It actually comes through a friend that is a mountain guide and has done many, many summits up Mount Everest. And in this being their profession and their career and their job, it was not just a one time summit. It was a seasonal thing where they're always bringing new and different clients up to the top of Everest. And there was something funny they shared with me that I thought was so perfect for this spiritual path and practice is a saying called summit or die, which is the bane of my friends' existence when they were doing guiding for summiting Mount Everest. Why? Because that summit or die mentality that clients would bring to the mountain meant that they were willing to put themselves in physically and not only dangerous but precarious situations because their mind was so focused on summiting and everything else didn't matter because they had only carved out this certain amount of time, this precious little window to be able to take time off, work and have all the responsibilities of maybe home life, family, kids, whatever dealt with, and so they can do this summit, and all the training is culminating into this little window for them to do it on this timeline and this time frame. And for my friend who does this professionally, recognize real quickly that that is not sustainable and inherently puts not only the client in danger but themselves, the group, the people around them in danger. And I love that metaphor because it was such a lesson and teaching for myself. Because when I first started on this meditation path and practice, I was absolutely a summit or die person. I was like, I will summit to awakening and enlightenment or die. I will summit and freaking get my black belt or die. It was everything was all or nothing. And that all or nothing thought process really does not have any balance and is so extreme that there is no ability to really have a healthy balanced life, if that's the way to say it. And I want to share that phrase and saying of summer or die for you to consider, is that what you are doing with your life? Are you in such a hyper focused state of mind that your summit, whatever that summit may be, in this spiritual path and practice for me was enlightenment awakening? I needed to get to the top of that mountain. And I didn't care if I died doing it because this is the time. This is the life. This is the lifetime to do it in. And I've come to realize that the more important things is not necessarily the summit, because the summit will actually always be there. It's how we approach our our value system, our principles, our life, our well-being, our mind, body, state of mind as we are journeying to this summit. Are we that person that pushes everyone off the path and says, forget you, I need to get to my summit, it's all about me, in a very selfish way, self-centered, self-seeking way? Or does the summit that we recognize is always going to be there? And if we aren't able to make the opportunity of this small window, that there will be another window. There always will be. This is just the wheel of the Dharma and the cycle of life and time. It's cyclical. And if we can recognize that the summit will be there, how do we organize ourselves, our principles, our level of integrity, our balance, our wisdom, our insight, and our clarity to say, okay, that wasn't the window that I was able to make because of these obstacles, trials, and tribulations. Let me try again. And how do I do it in a way where I'm better prepared? I have maximized all my resources and brought them to the table to help support this summit to happen in a successful way. I feel like that's the most important thing I want to leave with you guys today is consider, are you doing a summit or die mentality on your path of life, your spiritual awakening? And maybe consider that the real truth is that the summit will always be there. And not only that, after that summit, there's another summit. And then there's another summit. There's always more happening later on down the road. So to get hyper focused and stuck on this one summit right now is allowing yourself to be so narrowly minded and focused. And instead, maybe open your perspective a little bit wider, a little more spacious to recognize, okay, yes, my goal is a summit. I will never give up. And that is a huge component about the tenacity, the perseverance in the practice of continuing to keep going when windows close, when there's obstacles, when there's resistance. And the other aspects is to recognize that once you hit that summit, because eventually you will, inevitably you will, if that's you just keep going and you never stop and don't give up, that there will be another summit and there's going to be another one. And all those summits are going to be beautiful. But the more and most beautiful thing about those summits is not just reaching those summits, it's how you got there. How were you? And what were you embodying in terms of the values, the principles, the belief systems that you really believed in yourself to get yourself there? Was it being of service along the way? Was it offering kind acts? Was it being good to yourself, to others, right? Is it being able to be vulnerable and ask for help and support? Is it being able to be so ruthlessly honest when we made a mistake and be accountable and responsible for that? So I leave that with you guys today. Don't follow my footsteps and start out summon or die, because you will learn the hard way a lot of physical harm and imbalance that you can do yourself and others, and leave a pile of wreckage behind you. And instead, I would say, learn from me and recognize that how you go about the process is more important about where you end up. That the journey is more important than the destination. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are doing well. Bye.